Today we're going through Cooper Flagg's whole career to see if he can live up to the hype. He's starting off as an 82 overall and he's already tied for the third best player on the team. I guess the fourth best player because Kyrie's injured. And let's see how his career is going to start off. They lose their first game and he dropped 13 in his NBA debut, but he shot 4 for 15. Giannis is going to win the MVP. I actually didn't expect that at all. And Cooper Flagg wins the Rookie of the Year, averaging 18 points and 7 rebounds with a steal and a half and a block and a half. And he also wins 6th Man of the Year. 2 awards as a rookie is a pretty good start. And after getting Cooper Flagg, the Mavericks are the 2 seed in the West. And in Cooper Flagg's first playoff game, they get to go up against the Rockets. And we're gonna get to hop in and watch this Mavericks fourth quarter comeback. And they actually have Cooper Flagg in the game. But the Rockets are gonna throw it down low to Sengun, being guarded by Lively, and he's gonna miss the fade. Cooper Flagg gets the rebound. Let's see if we can get some Cooper Flagg action here. He's gonna throw it to Anthony Davis for the dunk, and the Mavericks go up 4. That's a really good first impression from Cooper Flagg. The Rockets only have 4 seconds left. Amen Thompson throws it down low to Sengun, and he throws down the dunk. And I just realized Kyrie's in the game, so he's back healthy. He's gonna drive in for the floater, and he's gonna miss. Jalen Green throws it down low to Sengun. They keep running every play through him. Being guarded by AD, he misses the shot. So now the Mavericks have a chance to extend their lead, and Kyrie's gonna miss the 3. The Rockets have under 40 seconds to go, and Jabari Smith is gonna miss the 3. Sengun gets the rebound though, and they find a wide open Tari Eason. Cooper Flagg left him open and the Rockets take the lead. Kyrie needs to cook here. He's gonna pull the 3 over Jalen Green, and he knocks it down with 24 seconds to go. Todd Pettiford's gonna throw it down low to Sengun. Gafford went for the steal, and Sengun's not gonna go up with the shot. He takes forever, and Gafford gets the stop. That would have been such an easy tie game, but Kyrie goes to the line and knocks down both free throws. So at this point, the Rockets need a miracle. They're gonna swing it to Jalen Green for the deep 3. It's off, and Cooper Flagg's gonna win his first playoff game. Anthony Davis had 24, and Cooper Flagg dropped 23 in his playoff debut. And he filled up the stat sheet. He had 7 boards, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 3 blocks. And in game 2, it looked like we had another close one, but the Mavericks had a crazy second half comeback. Kyrie led the team with 29 points, and Cooper Flagg had 22. He's been super consistent so far off the bench. And I thought the Rockets were going to put up a fight, but the Mavericks take a 3-0 lead. And there's the first bad game from Cooper Flagg. He shot 5 for 13. It looks like the Mavericks aren't going to sweep the Rockets. The one time Cooper Flagg leads the team in scoring, they lose. And in game 5, the Rockets are a minute and a half from forcing a game 6. And right off the bat, Kyrie's going to run a pick and roll with Daniel Gafford, and he makes it a 1-point game. Jalen Green's gonna use the screen from Sengun. He takes the midi over Max Christie, and he knocks it down. Kyrie on the ISO's gonna blow right by Todd Pettiford, and he throws down the dunk. Why is Kyrie dunking? I don't know what Kyrie was thinking, especially coming off an ACL injury. And Jalen Green is just shot chucking. The Mavericks have a chance to take the lead here. Kyrie on the ISO again, trying to get by Todd Pettiford. He takes the layup, and it's off. Jalen Green trying to get by Max Christie. He takes the layup, and Gafford comes in with the help. So now the game is in Kyrie's hands again. He's gonna take the step back mid-range, and it's off. Gafford with the rebound, and the putback dunk for the lead. If you made it this far into the video, 98% of people who watch me aren't subscribed, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're not one of them. It looked like the Rockets were gonna force a game 6, but now they have 20 seconds here to change their fate. Jalen Green's gonna force another shot. It's off, and Gafford gets the board. And now Max Christie has to go to the free throw line. His first free throw's good, and to put the Mavericks up by 3, his second free throw's good. The Rockets have no timeouts. They're running out of time. Todd Pettiford forces up a 3. It's off. Sengun with the rebound, so they have another chance. I don't know why they just pulled that deep 3, but Sengun gets another rebound, and Dillon Brooks takes the 3, and he ties it up with 1.9 on the clock. I don't know how the Mavericks let that happen. They have 2 seconds here to score, and they're gonna inbound it to Kyrie for the limitless 3. It's off, and we're going into overtime. And in overtime, the Mavericks are going to run away with the game. Kyrie dropped 35, Cooper Flagg had 17, and just like that, they're making it out of the first round. And in the second round, they're going to be going up against the Timberwolves. The Lakers just blew a 3-2 lead. This Timberwolves team looks exactly the same, and the Mavericks scared me a little this series. They were up 3-0, and they ended up making it out in 6, but now they have to play the Thunder. Their team also looks the same, and Cooper Flagg definitely cooled off that series. He averaged 19 in the first round, and in the second round, he dropped all the way down to 13 points per game. And in game 1 of the conference finals, the Mavericks win by almost 20. Kyrie and AD combined for 70, and Cooper Flagg had 19. He shot 8 for 11 from the field. That is a great start to this series. And I don't know how the Mavericks are so dominant. They lose game 4, but they have a 3-1 lead right now. And just like last round, the Mavericks went up 3-0 in the series. It's currently 3-1, and they're just 2 minutes away from making the NBA Finals. Kyrie's gonna use the screen from Gafford. He throws it down low to him for the dunk, and the Mavericks go up by 3. Shea on the ISO's gonna blow right by Kyrie, and AD comes in for the help, but it's a foul. Shea knocked down both free throws. What a surprise. Let's see if the Mavericks can add to their lead. Kyrie's gonna do, I don't know what he just did, but it worked. Now we just need him to stop Shea here. Shea's gonna pull the 3 over him, and he knocks it down to tie the game up. He has 17 in the quarter. Kyrie, please cook Shea. He's gonna blow right by him. iHeart comes in for the help, and he gets the stop. That is a huge stop. Now Shea's gonna blow by Max Christie, and I don't know how that went in, but he gives the Thunder the lead. Kyrie on the ISO again. He's gonna take the mid-range over Shea, and he misses it. I don't like where this is headed. Chet's gonna find Shea wide open in the corner, and he's gonna miss the 3. So the Mavericks potentially have one more chance here. Kyrie's gonna blow by Shea, and Lou Dort comes in and he fouls Kyrie. So now Kyrie needs to knock down both of these free throws. His first one's good. He has 38 points, and to make it 39, he ties the game up. Shea's just gonna chew down the clock. I don't like what's about to happen. 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Shea's gonna drive into the paint, and he makes the layup with 4 seconds to go. Kyrie, we need you here. They throw it into Kyrie being guarded by Caruso. Why is he not moving? He has to chuck up a deep 3, and the Thunder force a game 6. And in game 6, the Mavericks have the lead again with less than 2 minutes to go. Let's hope they don't blow it this time. Kyrie's trying to cook on Shea here. He's gonna force up the layup on iHeart. What is he doing? That is a terrible start. iHeart's gonna find Kelly Oubre Jr., who throws down the dunk, and he misses it over AD. Kyrie on the ISO again, makes his way into the paint, and he's fouled by Lou Dort. So now the Mavericks have a chance to go up by 5 here. His first free throw's good, and to give the Mavericks a 5-point lead, his second free throw's good. Shea on the ISO blows right by Kyrie, but AD picks up for the help, which leaves Kelly Oubre wide open, and he knocks down the 3 to make it a 2-point game. 1 minute to go. Kyrie's just gonna run another ISO here. He swings it to Gafford, to Malcolm Brogdon. Since when was he on the team? He's gonna use the Gafford screen. He's getting clamped up. He does a nice behind the back though. Gafford forces up the layup, and he makes it a 4-point game. Shea's gonna run another ISO. He gets right by Kyrie for the midi, and he makes it a 2-point game again. They're just literally going back and forth ISOing here. Kyrie's gonna spin his way into the paint. I don't like that shot, and he's gonna miss. So that leaves the door open for the Thunder. Shea's gonna take the step back mid-range, and he misses it, and AD grabs the board. The Thunder aren't gonna foul. Oh my gosh, AD almost got a turnover, and Kyrie takes a terrible shot. What is he doing? So now we have Shea on the break. He swings it to Lou Dort, trying to get by Brogdon. He's getting clamped, and he's just wasting the shot clock here. AD almost gets the steal, but Kelly Oubre gets an open 3. It's off, and the Mavericks are gonna move on to the finals. And in the finals, they have to go up against the Boston Celtics. Their team also looks the same. I guess they don't have Drew anymore. Never mind, they do. He's just coming off the bench. And unfortunately, game 1's gonna go to the Celtics. AD dropped 35, but had no help. And Porzingis dropped 36. Game 2 isn't close at all. The Mavericks blow out the Celtics. Cooper Flagg actually had a really good game. And in game 3, the Mavericks basically lost the game in the first quarter. Kyrie had 36, but Jason Tatum had a 35-point triple-double. And in game 4, we have a tie game with less than 2 minutes to go. Cooper Flagg's gonna use the screen from AD. He's trying to get by Derek White. He's somehow getting clamped up, and he's gonna force up the layup, and he can't get it to fall. I don't know what Jaylen Brown's trying to do versus Anthony Davis right here. That was a terrible shot. Now we have Brandon Williams throwing it to Cooper Flagg on the break for the layup, and he gives the Mavericks the lead. Jaylen Brown on the ISO trying to get by AD. He's gonna take the layup, and he ties the game back up. Cooper Flagg, please take advantage of the height difference. He's gonna pull the 3. He misses, but AD gets the rebound, and he gets the putback dunk. Jaylen Brown's gonna keep ISOing Anthony Davis. That's a terrible idea, but AD's gonna end up fouling. So now Jaylen Brown can tie it back up if he makes both free throws. His first one's gonna roll in, and Porzingis and Tatum are subbing in now. And to tie the game up, his second free throw is gonna miss. And I guess Kyrie fouled out, so they're keeping Cooper Flagg in the game. Anthony Davis finds a wide open Max Christie, and he knocks down the 3. I don't know what kind of defense that was. So now all the Mavericks need is one stop. Peyton Pritchard gets a wide open mid-range. It's off, and the Mavericks are going to tie the series up at 2. And in game 5, the Mavericks blow out the Celtics. So now Cooper Flagg's 1 win away from winning a championship in his rookie season. And in game 6, they're going to do it. So Cooper Flagg starts off his career with the Rookie of the Year, 6th Man of the Year, and an NBA championship, all in his rookie season. And in Cooper Flagg's second season, he jumps up to an 88 overall. And in his second season, he finally gets to be a starter. Cade's gonna win the MVP. Kyrie wins Clutch Player of the Year. He averaged 30. And Cooper Flagg makes the all-defensive first team. He averaged 20 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal and a half, and 2 blocks in his second season. He didn't make the All-Star team or the All-NBA team, so I guess we have to wait another season. But in his second season, the Mavericks are the 7th seed? They won the chip last season, and now they're only 4 games over 500. What did they do? They have Lonzo now? They traded Lonzo for PJ Washington, and all of a a sudden they're just a bad team now, I guess. They're gonna win the first play-in game, so they get to play the 2 seed, and the 2 seed is the Spurs. Wemby's up to a 97, and they have Tyler Hero and Ace Bailey. And in game 1, the Mavericks were putting up a fight, but they had a terrible fourth quarter. Is Anthony Davis falling off? He averaged 25 this season, 26 last season, so he's still really good, but he only had 14 points this game. And game 2 was an absolute blowout. The Mavericks might be cooked. They're finally gonna win a game. The Spurs are still up 2-1 though. And there we go. Anthony Davis had 37, Kyrie had 30, and Cooper Flagg was 1 rebound away from a triple-double. And the Mavericks still have a chance. They're up by 2 with 2 minutes to go. Wemby being guarded by Derek Lively, and he's gonna get fouled. So now Wemby has a chance to tie the game up. His first free throw's good, and to tie the game up, his second free throw's good. Kyrie on the iso's gonna blow right by Hero for the layup, and Vucevic helps, and Wemby gets the board. Tyler Hero's gonna throw it down low to Wemby. Kyrie almost gets the steal, and Wemby's gonna miss the layup. Cooper Flagg with 5 seconds to go on the clock throws it down low to Lively for the dunk, and the Mavericks are back up. They're gonna go back down low to Wemby, this time being guarded by AD. He's kind of getting clamped up here. Please just don't let him score. He's gonna take the layup, and he ties the game back up. They're gonna go to Kyrie again for the layup over Hero, and he somehow makes it. The Spurs have 6 seconds left. Wemby's gonna take the step back mid-range, and he ties it up with 22 seconds to go. It looks like Kyrie's gonna 2 down the clock here, and with 7 seconds to go, he's gonna blow right past Hero, and he gets fouled. So now he has a chance to put the Mavericks up by 2. His first free throw's good, and to give them a 2-point lead, his second free throw's good. The Spurs only have 6 seconds left. They have no timeouts. Tyler Hero passes half court. He's gonna have to pull the deep 3 over Kyrie, and it's off. So the Mavericks are gonna tie the series up at 2. How did they win? Kyrie was the leading scorer with 17. And in game 5, the Mavericks ran out of momentum. The Spurs take a 3-2 lead. Wemby dropped 35 on them. He almost shot perfect from the field. But luckily for the Mavericks, their run is not over. They're gonna force a game 7. So now it all comes down to one final game to see who goes up against the Nuggets. And the Mavericks had a really good first half, but they're letting the Spurs come back in the second half. Kyrie's gonna use the screen from Anthony Davis. He gets an open 3 or mid-range. I don't know if his foot was on the line, but that's a 3. So the Mavericks have a 5-point lead now with a minute and a half to go. The Spurs are gonna go down low to Wemby, being guarded by AD, and he misses the layup. Kyrie on the drive's gonna take the layup over 2 people, and he puts the Mavericks up by 7. So now if the Spurs don't score here, it's probably over. Wemby's trying to get by Anthony Davis. He takes the fade, and he knocks it down. Less than a minute to go. Kyrie's gonna blow right by Hero for the midi, and he misses it. And that's not good because that took no time off the clock. And now we have Wemby getting an open jumper, and just like that, we have a 3-point game. They were just up 7. There's no way they blow this, right? Kyrie's gonna run another ISO on Hero, and he gets fouled. So now with 25 seconds to go, he's at the line, and his first free throw's good. And to give the Mavericks a 5-point lead, his second free throw's good. 20 seconds to go for the Spurs. Wemby's gonna make it into the paint, and now he's fouled. He knocked down his first free throw, and to make it a 3-point game, his second one's good. Max Christie knocked down both of his free throws, and now the Spurs have to score here again. Ace Bailey on the ISO takes the 3 over Cooper Flagg. It's off, and the Mavericks are gonna upset the Spurs in the first round. But now in the second round, they have to go up against Jokic and Dame, and this series is off to a terrible start. But the Mavericks somehow won 4 games in a row, and they're in the conference finals now. So in back-to-back seasons, they're facing the Thunder in the conference finals. Game 1, we're just not gonna talk about. How did they lose? Kyrie had 36, Cooper Flagg had 23, and all their top 4 scorers shot really good. They shot 56% from the field and still lost. That's because the Thunder had 37 free throws made. And in game 2, we have another one that's not close. Kyrie only had 11. Are we serious? Game 3, Kyrie has a crazy bounce back game. He dropped 41. And in game 4, we have a Mavericks blowout. They're going to tie the series up at 2. That is the last thing I expected. Game 5, we're not even going to talk about. The game's over in the first half, basically. Cooper Flagg put up 25, but Kyrie only had 22, and AD only had 15. And Chet dropped 38 and 17 on them. So now if they want to go back to the finals, they have to win 2 games in a row. So much for that. And the Thunder go on to win the NBA championship. Kevin Durant finished his career with the Lakers. And why did he retire? He just averaged 30. Anyway, entering Cooper Flagg's 3rd season, he's up to a 91 overall. Hopefully this is the season where he can finally be an All-Star, and he's starting in the All-Star game. And in his first All-Star game, it somehow ended up going into overtime. So let's see how things play out. Cade's gonna use the screen from Cat. He gets an open 3, and he's gonna miss it. Now we have Jokic swinging it to Shea. Shea finds Anthony Davis for the layup, and he somehow makes it over Giannis. Cade on the ice, so he's kind of getting clamped up by Shea, but he gets by him at the last second, and Shea comes in for the board. I want to see Cooper Flagg touch the ball here. But we're gonna get a Shea Jokic pick and roll. Shea's gonna drive past Cade. He's getting clamped up, and he still forces up the shot. So now the East have a chance to tie it up here, but they're gonna get a turnover, and the West are gonna win. And Luka's gonna win the All-Star Game MVP. Maybe one day Cooper Flagg will get it, but today is not that day. LaMelo's gonna win the MVP, and Cooper Flagg was third in the MVP race. He's up to 27 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal and a half, and 2 blocks a game. I didn't even realize he was this good. And as for the Mavericks, they're the 7th seed again. They're gonna win their first play-in game, and now they have a rematch against the Spurs. They look pretty much the same, but they have Caleb Wilson now, and the Mavericks have Clint Capella and Chris Dunn. And the Mavericks are gonna do it again. They make it out in 6. But now in the second round, they have to go up against a healthy Pelicans team with Zubac. Through 4 games, the series is tied up at 2, and in game 5, the Mavericks are up by 1 with less than 2 minutes to go. DeJounte's gonna use the screen from Zion. He throws it down low to him, and he goes up for the layup, but he's fouled by Cooper Flagg. So now Zion takes a trip to the free throw line. His first free throw's good, and to give the Pelicans the lead, his second free throw's good. Kyrie on the ISO. He's getting clamped up at DeJounte. He swings it to Cooper Flagg, who gets a turnover. DeJounte on the break's gonna take the layup, and he puts the Pelicans up by 3. Let's see if Kyrie can do something here. He finds Gafford, and we have a 1-point game. DeJounte's gonna use the screen from Zion. He slips early, and he gets a wide open dunk. I don't like the fact that Kyrie's going up against a good defender. What is that shot? Now we have Zion on the ISO. He gets right by Cooper Flagg, and Gafford comes in for the block. So the Pelicans get another chance here. They go down low to DeJounte, and he puts the Pelicans up by 5. The Mavericks offense has been terrible since we hopped in. Let's see if they can change that with the Kyrie 3, and he's gonna miss. And the Pelicans are gonna take a 3-2 lead. The big 3 played really good. Even Gafford had 19, but they just had more help in the bottom half of their lineup. But after going down 3-2, the Mavericks are 1 minute away from forcing a game 7. Kyrie's gonna use the Gafford screen. He's gonna pull the mid-range. That's a terrible shot, and he's gonna miss it. So now they have Herb Jones on the break. That transition defense is terrible, and we have a 1-point game. 50 seconds to go. Kyrie's gonna make his way into the paint, and he somehow makes the layup. That was a tough shot. Let's see if the Mavericks can get a stop on the other end. They're gonna go down low to Zion, and Cooper Flagg gets the steal. Kyrie, please don't take a dumb shot. He's gonna take a layup, and we have a 5-point game. So with less than 30 seconds to go, the Pelicans need to get a shot off quick here. They get a wide open 3, but they're gonna miss, and the Mavericks force a game 7. And Cooper Flagg led the way. He had a 40-point double-double. He almost had a triple-double. And now the Mavericks are 1 win away from getting their rematch against the Thunder. And in game 7, the Pelicans are having a late fourth quarter comeback. Why are the Pelicans not fouling? I am so confused. There's 10 seconds left. The Pelicans are down by 2, and they're just going to let the Mavericks win the game here. Cooper Flagg's going to take a 3 for no reason, but the Mavericks are going to win. I guess the Pelicans are tanking in the playoffs or something. That was such a weird ending. Kyrie dropped 40, Cooper Flagg had 31, and AD had 27. Oh, this Thunder team's going to be good for a long time. They have 88 overall Darren Peterson, and he's just going to get better. And that series wasn't close at all. The Mavericks took a game, but the Thunder are back in the finals, and they're going to win back-to-back championships. And at the start of Cooper Flagg's 4th season, he's up to a 93, so he's officially the best player on the team. And I didn't even realize Derek Lively's off the team now. He was on the Bucks last season. But that officially means we can change Cooper Flagg to number 2. And in his first game with his new jersey number, he put up 25, 8, and 6 with 6 blocks. He was 3rd in MVP last season, so let's see where he finishes this season. Jokic is going to win the MVP, and Cooper Flagg finishes 3rd again. This season, he's down to 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. Still an amazing season. And the Mavericks get even worse. They're the 10 seed. They're going to win the first play-in game. They absolutely blew out the Suns. But in the second game, they have to go up against Luka and the Lakers. And they're going to make it from the 10 seed to the playoffs, but I don't see them making it that far. And unfortunately for them, they lose in 5 in the first round. And in the finals, we have Thunder Cavs, and the Thunder are going to three-peat. And in Cooper Flagg's 5th season, he's up to a 95 now. But the one problem is a lot of people on the roster are getting worse, and 8 of their players are 30 years old or older. Wemby's going to win the MVP. I think we've had a different MVP every season. And Cooper Flagg was 2nd in MVP. He averaged 30 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal and a half, and 2.5 blocks. And as for the Mavericks, no way. They didn't make the playoffs or the play-in. They were the 11th seed. So they don't even get a chance, and the Thunder win their 4th championship in a row. Steph Curry's going to retire at the age of 42. And in the draft, let's see if the Mavericks at least got someone decent. What? They had the 1st overall pick, and they took a 73 overall. I'm so confused. All these guys under him are a higher overall. This guy better turn out to be a superstar. And as for Cooper Flagg, he's entering season number 6 at a 96 overall. But Anthony Davis is down to an 86, and Kyrie's down to an 84. And they both had big fall-offs the last 2 seasons. AD averaged 19 points both seasons, and Kyrie went from averaging 27 all the way down to 20 and 21. So even though Cooper Flagg averaged 30 last season, he legitimately might have a better season this year. And in the first game of the season, Cooper Flagg dropped 50. Why do I feel like he's gonna average 35 this season? And Cooper Flagg's gonna win the MVP, averaging 33, 11, and 6 with a steal and a half and 2 blocks. And he's also going to win the Clutch Player of the Year. He won the MVP as the 9th seed, and they're not even going to make it out of the play-in. And my guess is that the Thunder are going to win 5 championships in a row, and they're going to win in Game 7. Kyrie's going to retire at the age of 39. He kind of fell off in the last 3 seasons, but he was a huge part of that championship in 2026. And in player progression, I'm more worried about this #1 pick than I am about Cooper Flagg. And moment of truth, Cooper Flagg's up to a 97. Anthony Davis is down to an 84. And low-key, this might have been the right pick. This guy's all the way up to a 79. He's up by 6 overall. He didn't play a single game last season, and he low-key might not play this season, but if he can go up by 6 again in the offseason, he'll be an 85 overall next season. And Cooper Flagg's gonna win back-to-back MVPs, this time averaging 36 points per game. I don't think anyone's getting past the Thunder though. The Mavericks are the 6th seed, so they actually made the playoffs, but it doesn't even matter. They're gonna lose in the first round in 5 games. And as for the Thunder, they're back in the finals. They just won their 6th championship in a row. Anthony Davis is gonna retire at the age of 39, and the Mavericks also have Jakob Poeltl and Derek White retiring. And Ben Simmons is going to retire. He's on the Sixers, and he ended up going back there for 7 more seasons. I'm going to unretire him. Maybe he can get his jersey retired by them. We'll have to come back to that. So in player progression, Cooper Flagg's up to a 98, and they got Chet Holmgren in free agency. That's a really good AD replacement. And one of the years the Thunder won a championship, he won a finals MVP. Oh my gosh. First of all, they have a guy named Dirk on the roster. And as for the rookie that was on the team, he's up to an 81, but they didn't re-sign him. I would go ahead and do it myself, but they don't have enough money. That is crazy to just let your #1 overall pick walk when he's developing really well. He's an 81. In their first game together, Cooper Flagg and Chet are going to win, and they both put up 34 points. And I was going to say taking Chet off the Thunder should make them better, but they replaced him with Asar Thompson and Denny, who they signed to a $2 million deal. Cooper Flagg's going to win his 3rd MVP in a row, averaging 35 and 11, and Chet's on the All-NBA second team. He averaged 24 points and 10 rebounds per game. He just had his best season. And as for the Mavericks, they're in the play-in. They're the 8th seed. They're gonna lose the first game, and in the second game they're gonna lose as well. They're not gonna make the playoffs. Let's see if the Thunder are gonna win their 7th ring in a row. They go to a game 7 in the first round. They're still gonna make the finals though, and they win ring number 7 in a row. And in Cooper Flagg's 9th season, he's gonna stay a 98 overall. And Banks is also gonna stay an 81 overall. Maybe he won't become a superstar after all. Cooper Flagg's gonna win his 4th MVP in a row, averaging 33 and 10, and the team is a lot better. They're the 3 seed, and the Thunder are down to the 2 seed. Finally, the Thunder don't have like 70 wins. In the first round, the Mavericks have to go up against the Timberwolves, and after being down 3-1, they're gonna force a game 7. And the Mavericks are having a 4th quarter comeback. They're only down 2 with 2 minutes to go. Anthony Edwards in the paint and a force up the layup. I don't know how he made that. I think this is the first time we've hopped into a game with Cooper Flagg wearing the number 2, and he's gonna try to make his way into the paint. They're gonna send the double team. He passes out, and Chet's gonna find a wide open Cam Christie. He's gonna miss the 3. And on the fast break, they throw it down low to Ant, but Chet's gonna get the stop. Cooper Flagg on the ISO's gonna make his way into the paint, and he gets fouled. So now he has a chance to make it a 2-point game. His first free throw's good, and his second free throw's up, and he knocks it down. So now a stop here would be huge for them, but Anthony Edwards gets to the paint easily, and he's gonna miss the layup. So now we have Chet on the ISO, trying to cook up. He's gonna make his way into the paint, and he smokes the layup. 30 seconds to go. The Mavericks are gonna need a stop here. Ant pulls the mid-range, and it's off. Cooper Flagg gets the board. Let's see if they can capitalize on the fast break here. Cooper Flagg's gonna take the 3 or mid-range. I don't know what it was. It's a 3, and the Mavericks take the lead. So now the Timberwolves have 20 seconds here to get a shot, and it looks like they're not gonna chew down the clock. Anthony Edwards uses the screen from Naz Reid and gets into the paint. So the Mavericks have 10 seconds to score now. Cooper Flagg on the ISO's gonna take the step back 3 and rolls out, but Daniel Gafford gets the board. He swings it to Hardy. He has to force up the mid-range. It's off, and the Timberwolves are gonna make it out in game 7. I don't know why Gafford didn't just go up with the layup. Cooper Flagg had 42 and 10. Cam Christie had 35, but Chet only had 13. And in the finals, the Thunder are gonna sweep and win their 8th ring in a row. And Ben Simmons is gonna retire on the Raptors. He didn't play a single game for them. Moment of truth, is he gonna get his jersey retired? He's not. In player progression, Cooper Flagg's gonna stay at 98. I guess he's not going up anymore, but he just won 4 MVPs in a row. Let's see if he can win a 5th one. And I didn't even realize this, but Darren Peterson left the Thunder to join the Bucks last season. He started his career off with 7 straight championships, but it doesn't even matter because the Thunder have another 99. What? 7 championships in 6 seasons? He was drafted in 2027 and didn't even play that season, so that's how he has more championships than than seasons played. This team definitely is beatable now. They fall off after their top 6. Cooper Flagg's gonna win his 5th MVP in a row, averaging 33 and 10, and the Mavericks are in the play-in again. They're gonna win the first game, and to play the Thunder in the first round, they're gonna lose in the play-in. Let's see if OKC can win their 9th straight ring, and they make it to the finals, and they're gonna sweep the Wizards. A 9-peat is crazy. Devin Booker's gonna retire with the Nuggets, and he went to the Spurs to play with Wemby before that. He was on the Heat before that. He got traded there. And Jokic finished his career with the Raptors. Why did he leave the Nuggets in his last season? In season number 11, Cooper Flagg wins his 6th MVP in a row, averaging 37 points per game. His career high 67, and that wasn't even this season. And the Mavericks are finally good again. They're up to the 2nd seed. And in the first round, they're going up against the Lakers. And they don't have Luka anymore, but they still have a really good team. Luka's 37 years old. Wait, he's still on the Lakers. He's just coming off the bench. He only averaged 20 this season. And in that series, none of the games were close. The Mavericks are gonna sweep the Lakers. And Cooper Flagg put up 59 points. He's averaging 45 in the playoffs. He put up 60 in game 1, 42 in game 2, only 20 in game 3, and then we just saw him put up 59 in game 4. In the second round, they're going up against the Nuggets. This team looks really good too. And unfortunately for the Mavericks, that's where their run's gonna end. And the Thunder's 9 championship run might be over here. Okay, never mind, they made the finals, and they're gonna win in 6 to win their 10th straight ring. And Cooper Flagg's on a crazy run. He just won his 7th MVP in a row. Cade's on the Celtics now. That's kind of nasty. And Sengun's on the Bulls. He got traded there last season. And as for the Mavericks, they're the 4 seed. Honestly, I don't feel super confident about them. They are going to make it out in 7, but now they have to beat this overpowered Thunder team. They're going to win game 1 by 3. They win game 2 by 2 points. They're not going to win game 3, and game 4, the Thunder tie the series up at 2. And game 5, we're just not going to talk about. That is the craziest first half ever, and they don't even put up 100 points. Cooper Flagg had 29 and 16, but nobody else really showed up. And in game 6, the Thunder are making a comeback. The Mavericks just have to hold on for 1 more minute to force a game 7. Cooper Flagg's going to use the screen and throw it down low to the center, but he gets a turnover. So now on the fast break, we have Darius Acuff Jr. with the layup, and he makes it a 1-point game. Cooper Flagg on the ISO. He's gonna spin his way into the paint, and Isaiah Stewart plays great help defense, but Cooper Flagg's still gonna make the layup. So now we have Darius Acuff Jr. being guarded by Cam Christie. He's gonna get into the paint and take the floater, and it's off. So now the Mavericks could hit the dagger here. Cooper Flagg on the drive's gonna get doubled. He swings it out to Chet for 3, and he knocks it down to make it a 6-point game. If the Thunder don't score here, it's over. Darius Acuff Jr. on the drive. He's gonna get into the paint and swing it out to Asar Thompson to Newell for 3. And he knocks it down. But the Thunder have to foul, and it's going to be Cooper Flagg going to the line. He knocked down both free throws, and the Thunder have no more timeouts, so the Mavericks are going to force a game 7. And in game 7, this is an ugly one. The Thunder are going to beat the Mavericks in 7 games. But now the question is, will OKC win their 11th ring in a row? And yes, they do. I'm just happy Cooper Flagg got a championship in before this run. And in case you were wondering, Banks is still in the league. He finally found his place on a team. And in Cooper Flagg's 13th season, his MVP streak is over. He does finish 2nd in MVP though, and he averaged 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 5.5 assists per game. And the Mavericks are mid, they're in the play-in again. Let's see if they can actually make it out. They're gonna lose the first game, and in the second game, they're gonna win to play the 1 seed Thunder. And that series went exactly how you'd expect. Let's see if the Thunder can win ring number 12 in a row. No way, did the Spurs just blow a 3-1 lead? The Spurs won game 1, the Spurs won game 2, and the Spurs won game 3. They just blew a 3-0 lead to the Thunder. So now in the finals, we have Heat, Thunder, and the Thunder win ring number 12 in a row. How did the Timberwolves draft somebody named Kelvin Garnett with the first pick? What? Season number 14, Cooper Flagg still not dropping, but Chet's all the way down to an 85. But I guess with Chet being worse, that means Cooper Flagg gets more shots. He just won his 8th MVP, averaging 36 and 10. And he has a new career high of 68 points. He made 20 shots in that game and 7 threes. And Kelvin Garnett wins the Rookie of the Year for the Timberwolves. And the Mavericks are actually good. They're the 3rd seed. But through 4 games, we have a 2-2 series. And in game 5, the Mavericks have a good 4th quarter. They're going to go up 3-2. Cooper Flagg was the only person who had more than 20, and he almost had 40. But after that great performance, the Rockets are a minute and a half away from forcing a game 7, and Cooper Flagg's going to force up a terrible layup. So now we have Defensive Player of the Year, Ben Thompson on the break, and he's going to get a turnover. It looks like they're going to run a Cooper Flagg Chet screen. Cooper Flagg's going to take the 3, It's in and out, and Chet can't get the board. And now on the break, Peterson's gonna throw it into the paint for the dunk. And wait, is that Darren Peterson? It is. He's on the Rockets now. He's had no team success since leaving the Thunder. Let's keep it that way. The only problem is we have less than a minute to go now, and the Mavericks are down by 5. Let's see if Cooper Flagg can score here. Oh my gosh, he almost yammed it on him. That looked like a block, but I will take the foul. He's gonna make the first free throw, and to bring it back to a 3-point game, his second free throw's good. All they need is a stop and a score now, and Darren Peterson's gonna hit the snatch back on Cam Christie, and he gets a wide open dunk. They're back up 5. 30 seconds to go. Cooper Flagg's gonna drive into the paint for the layup. It's off, and the Rockets are gonna force a game 7. Darren Peterson put up 33, and Cooper Flagg had a 35-point near triple-double, but it doesn't matter because we're going to a game 7. And in game 7, the Mavericks are down by 1. They need to stop here badly. Darren Peterson on the ISO drives right by his man, and he throws down the dunk to put the Rockets up 3. He has 41. Cooper Flagg, please take matters into your own hands here. He has the mismatch now. He's gonna take a Euro step layup, and we're back to a 1-point game. That was a nice shot. Now we have Amen Thompson finding Warren for the wide open 3, and he knocks it down. That is a huge shot. The Mavericks need to score here. Cooper Flagg on the ISO takes the step back mid-range, and he misses it. They need to stop here more than ever. Chet plays good defense on the mid-range, and they get the stop. Cooper Flagg, please do something. He's trying to get by his man. He's getting clamped up. He's gonna go up with the post fade, and it's gonna bounce in. We have a 2-point game. 30 seconds to go. Darren Peterson's gonna cook his man again, and we have a 4-point game. The Mavericks only have 30 seconds to go. They need to score quick here. Chet, please give it to Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg's gonna make his way into the paint for the layup. It's off, and unfortunately, the Rockets are gonna take game 7. Cooper Flagg put up 37 and 13, but Darren Peterson dropped 49. He had a 29-point fourth quarter. He shot 11 for 12 and 7 for 7 from 3. No way that's the reason they lost. And the Thunder are also in a game 7, and this one's not even close. They're gonna move on to the second round. And of course, they're also gonna move on to the finals and win their 13th ring in a row. So that means they have 1, 2, 3, and 4 wins in game 7s. They're 4-0. And Shea's gonna retire at 40 years old. He might be the GOAT. He has 13 rings, a regular season MVP, and 5 finals MVPs. And Chet's also gonna retire at the age of 37. And at the age of 33, Cooper Flagg's finally starting to drop. He's down to a 96. This team looks completely different. No way. They got Thomas Banks back on the team. Cooper Flagg wins his 9th MVP, averaging 32 and 10. Wemby's on the Magic now, and the Mavericks are somehow good. They're the 3rd seed. I could have sworn this roster looked much worse coming into the season, but now in the first round, they get a rematch against Darren Peterson and the Rockets. We have a 2-2 series after 4, and in game 5, the Rockets run away with it in the second half. We only had 3 people score 10 or more. Meanwhile, they had 5 people score 20 or more, and the Rockets seem to be the Mavericks' kryptonite. They just can't beat them. OKC's up 3-2 in the first round. They're gonna make it out, and they're back in the finals. Are they gonna win ring number 14? They're finally gonna lose. It took long enough. Anthony Edwards is gonna retire at 38 years old. Cooper Flagg's down to a 95. Cooper Flagg, bro, he just won his 10th MVP. And the Mavericks are really good. They won 61 games, and the Thunder are nowhere to be seen. They're a play-in team, and of course we have to go up against them in the first round. I don't know why I'm kind of scared of this team still. Okay, that's why. They're up 2-0. Bro, they just took a 3-0 lead. The Mavericks aren't gonna get swept. Okay, the Mavericks force a game 6. Can they force a game 7? Bro, they just lost to a play-in team. So now in the finals, it's not going to be the Thunder. They made the conference finals. And we're going to have a new champion again. This time it's the Suns. Season number 17, Cooper Flagg's down to a 94. Cooper Flagg's second MVP streak is over. He does finish 3rd in MVP though, and he averaged 28 points and 9 rebounds per game. And as for the Mavericks, they're the 1 seed again. Let's see if they're going to get upset in the first round again. They're playing the Spurs in the first round, who take game 1, but the Mavericks win 4 in a row, and now they have a rematch against the Thunder. And the Mavericks are going to force a game 7 after being down 3-1. And in game 7, they're going to blow out the Thunder to move on to the conference finals. And they have 98 overall Kelvin Garnett. We're 17 seasons into Cooper Flagg's career, and I just realized this guy's last name is not Garnett, it's Kelvin Garrett. But none of that matters. The Mavericks are going to sweep their way to the finals, where they'll be playing the Knicks or the Bulls. And it looks like they're going to be playing Cameron Boozer and the Bulls. Game 1's going to go to the Bulls. It was close, but not close enough. What are we doing, Cooper Flagg? 7 for 27? That is a terrible start. But in game 2, they're going to bounce back and blow out the Bulls. And it wasn't even Cooper Flagg that led the team in scoring. And in game 3, the Mavericks are coming back in the 4th. They just have to hold the lead for 2 more minutes. Cooper Flagg on the ISO's going to throw it down low to Lowry for the layup. And the Mavericks are up 3. The Bulls have just been wasting their whole shot clock. 4 seconds left. They're gonna get a 3 from the top of the key. It's off, but Cameron Boozer comes out of nowhere for the putback. 1 minute to go. McCall's gonna throw it down low to Joseph for the layup, and he's gonna miss. So now the Bulls have a chance to take the lead here, and they're gonna find Day on the cut, and he gives the Bulls a 1-point lead. I don't know why we're not just giving the ball to Cooper Flagg here. McCall on the ISO's gonna drive by his man. He takes the step back mid-range, and he misses, bro. Just give it to Cooper Flagg. I don't like the way this is about to go. Cameron Boozer gets the mid-range, he misses, but Alexander gets the putback, and the Mavericks are down 3 with 16 seconds. They're gonna inbound it to Lowry. He's gonna take the 3 off the inbound, and he's gonna miss. The Mavericks go down 2-1. Cameron Boozer almost had a 30-20 game and a triple-double, and Cooper Flagg had a stinker. He only put up 12. But game 4 is a different outcome. The Mavericks are gonna win by just 2, and Cooper Flagg dropped 33. That's exactly what we need. So with the series being tied up at 2, we go to an important game 5, and the Mavericks are gonna blow it. They kept it close, but not close enough. Bro, Cooper Flagg had another stinker. He only put up 12, and they let somebody who averaged 19 points in the regular season drop 42 on them. This is a bad way to go out. But in game 6, we would have a different outcome. The Mavericks are gonna force a game 7, and Cooper Flagg so on and off. He dropped 34 now. So now it all comes down to one final game, and in game 7, the Mavericks are gonna absolutely blow out the Bulls, and Cooper Flagg's now a 2-time champion. But this time, he's gonna be the one walking away with the Finals MVP. So after winning his first Finals MVP, Cooper Flagg's down to a 91. AJ DeBonsa is gonna win his second MVP, and in season number 18, Cooper Flagg's still second in MVP, and he averaged 28 points and 9 rebounds per game. The Mavericks are worse though. They're down to the 4 seed, and even though they won a championship last season, they're gonna lose in the second round this season. And in the Finals, it's gonna be the Trailblazers winning it all. Season number 19, Cooper Flagg's down to an 89, so he's officially not the best player on the team. Now that Cooper Flagg's getting worse, AJ DeBonsa is taking advantage of it, and Cooper Flagg's all the way down to the All-NBA second team. He averaged 23 points and 8 rebounds per game. And the Mavericks fell off a cliff to the 13th seed. And in the Finals, the Trailblazers win back-to-back championships. On to season number 20 for Cooper Flagg. He's down to an 87. Cooper Flagg doesn't even make an All-NBA team, and he's all the way down to 17 points and 8 rebounds per game. And as for the Mavericks, they didn't even make it out of the play-in. And the Trailblazers are gonna three-peat. And Cooper Flagg's entering his 21st season as an 84 overall. He's all the way down to 15 points per game. And in season number 22, Cooper Flagg's all the way down to an 82 overall. Kelvin Garrett's gonna win his first MVP, and Cooper Flagg's down to 13 points per game. The Mavericks are somehow in a game 7 against the 1 seed, but unfortunately for them, their season's gonna be ending in the first round. And at the age of 41, Cooper Flagg's gonna retire. He finished his career with the most points of all time with 50,000. He also had the most field goals and 3-pointers made. He was second in free throws. He was 5th in rebounds, almost passing Kareem. He was 4th in blocks, and he was 2nd in steals behind John Stockton. He somehow almost had more 40-point games than Wilt, and obviously he made the Hall of Fame with 10 MVPs. And at the end of his career, he got his number 2 jersey retired by the Mavericks. If you want to see me use AI to fix the Lakers, click the video on the screen right now.